Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Freak, what are you hanging around with this guy for? You know he's bad company, right?
Got no choice. He helps me pay the bills. Plus, our mother loves him.
Thank you all for coming by on such short notice.
You're welcome.
So you know why we're here, right?
Not really.
You want to negotiate an extension for Freak, right?
Well, since you mentioned it, your client is quickly becoming a liability for this organization.
We've already put a plan in place that's going to address all your concerns
please,
and issues.
Let me finish. Thank you. Myself, the front office, and the coaches are not satisfied with the adjustments you've made in your life off the court. I personally warned you about the company you keep, and we're fed up with the late nights and showing up late to shoot-arounds and the bad press and the incident at the nightclub. I told you Vic was going to be your downfall, and I was right. Something has to change now, or we're not going to need your services any longer.
If this is about that Twitter stuff, Vic was playing. Okay, it was a joke.
It's not about that. It's everything.
Like I told you before, Vic is my best friend. I can't just cut him off. He's practically family.
Not really.
What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything, Dom. I'm saying it. Freak and his friend Vic are a problem for me and this organization. And I called you in here to figure out how we all together can fix this problem. And right now, I'm only seeing one solution.
I agree that Freak may need to make some adjustments in his personal life off the court, but that's a learning process. We both know that. But this almost sounds like a threat. And Dom Pagnotti doesn't take too kindly to threats. Is this a threat?
Call it what you will.
We all know that Vic is a problem. The only person who doesn't seem to realize that is my brother. I'm sorry, bro, but enough is enough.
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. I have a problem with how you're saying it. Now, I know we can come to some understanding without all the ultimatums or threats.
Can we all come to a understanding, a compromise?
No, no more compromises. I already warned Freak. I told you. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. It's cut Vic loose, or we trade Freak. It's that simple.
Fine, we'll go sign with another team.
Good luck with that, Pagnotti. Because of Vic, Freak's reputation precedes him.
No, because of Freak's God-given talent, his reputation precedes him.
Everybody's been talking. Dom, you know how this works. This is not about you and me and our history. This is about your client. Help him.
You talking as if I'm invisible. You talking around me, about me, but not to me. Vic has always had my back. And I've given this team everything I got. I practice hard. I play hard. Yeah, some nights I got it, some nights I don't. Some days I might even show up a little late to shoot-arounds. But every time I'm on that court, I've always given my best. And I see how it is, though. I mean, us players got to be loyal to you, but you don't have to be loyal to us players. Try to give me some father and son talk, talking about how you love your players and how you look up for them. Come on, man. You trying to cut me off like you cut off Izzy. Don't you have people loyal to you no matter what? People you can't cut off? Well, that's me and Vic. Vic and me. Y'all insist, really. They could tell me stop hanging with Vic. What makes you think they won't tell me stop talking to you? You remember in 7th grade, some guys were trying to jump me over some girl. Vic was the one to get some friends just to walk me home. And when they came, we went at it, but I wasn't alone. When I got my scholarship, it was Vic who put the word on the streets that nobody should mess with me because I had a future. Vic was protecting me. And sir, I know Vic is crazy. But before all the hype and the lights, media, fans, it was just me and Vic. He's always been there. I mean, if y'all don't like that, I don't know what to say.
It hurts me to say this, but I see his point. What you don't understand is that the league doesn't have your back anymore. Not like they used to. They try, but it's too much. Social media has changed everything. And this last incident with Vic, that was the final straw.
It was a joke.
It wasn't funny. You know it wasn't a joke. Vic was defending you, stepping in to protect your honor by attacking another teammate like that. talking about his manhood, his wife, his kids, his family, so you can be the big dog on the court? That's uncalled for.
And they all know your relationship with Vic, so they think it's coming from you.
But that's the media blowing everything out of proportion as usual.
It's not just the media. He's attacking other players, other teams. He's out of control. Vic just doesn't know how to behave.
We got guys on our squad who don't want to be here because of that beef. There is no place for that kind of inappropriate behavior in this league. If you can't trust your teammates, who can you trust?
What Vic is doing isn't right. He's bringing you down, and people can see it. I see how all the other players are looking at you. Oh, it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
What, don't talk to him? Don't hang with him?
You do what you got to do. That's your call. But let me tell you this. You asked me if I had friends that I couldn't cut off? Yeah, I did for a while. Friends, business partners, girlfriends, wives, family that I thought I couldn't cut off. But I learned that sometimes you got to make the hard decisions. I mean, some of these people, they were just bad for me. They were bringing me down. They weren't making me better. They were good for the time that they were there, but I grew up, not in age and maturity, but in mind and spirit. I was ready for the next level in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I've been on the receiving end of that. I've been cut off before myself, and yeah, it hurt at the time, but looking back, they were doing the right thing for me. Just don't tell my ex-wife that, Pagnotti.
So what's the next move?
The next move is Freaks. It always has been. The question is he ready and willing to do what needs to be done?
This is messed up.
You take a moment to think about it, but think long, think wrong. The snafu should have been cleaned up a long time ago. With or without you, we got games to win.
Freak, you gotta handle your business.
Okay, we've all said our piece. You might cut me off as your manager, but I will always be your sister. Twin, this is on you. I might not like it, but I will respect any decision you make. Yvette, please.
Cece,
Yvette,
where's Dom?
I had him call you.
Why?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase. My brother is deeply in love with you, and I'm ready to put our differences aside if you are.
Really?
On a string.
I'm with it.
Team Freak.
Team Freak.
All right, so if you're gonna be down with the team, I gotta show you the dap.
The dap.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes like this.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot,
Shoot.
swish.
Swish.
Yeah. Again.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay. 1, 2, 3.
Swish. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
This is it. The last game of my rookie season. Kinda hard to believe. These 82 games have gone by in a blur. I know we're on the outside looking in when it comes to playoffs, but that doesn't mean I can't go out and give it everything I have one last time. So here goes nothing.
We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball with Greg Anthony, Clark Keller. Lenz checked in for Chandler. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Freak subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Griffin. Lance Stevenson comes in for Paul Pierce. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Lance Stevenson. Rivers out there with Crawford. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Smith in at power forward. A nice shot by Rivers.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Suns trailing. DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
LA's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Morris with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Lewis checked in for Phoenix. Booker comes in for Knight. .144 left to play in the first quarter. Jordan the screen for 3. Smith. Cannot hit. Now the Suns take it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And it's Freak missing.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Over in the corner, Warren. He feeds it to Booker. Out to the right wing. Glenn, a screen. Dishes it to Warren. Passes it to Freak. Just 5 to shoot. No good from outside. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
Here's Len, and that one comes up a bit short. Los Angeles leading by 7. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Freak. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Freak's got his first points in this one.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
And Clippers head coach Doc Rivers told us earlier he wants to embrace.
Expectations are good.
Doc Rivers is really a master motivator, isn't he? I mean, it's almost jiu-jitsu. And the Suns here with a different look. Alex Lenz checked in for Chandler. Lure comes in for Markieff Morris. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Freak subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Smith. Lance Stevenson comes in for Pierce. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in for Paul. Freak, he's in at point guard. Alex Len out there with John Lure. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Warren in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Booker, he's checked in for Knight.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Kings did not have a great showing. He chipped in his share of points, and he also added a few assists as he set up his teammates as well. Obviously a tough patch of games as he's now been sliding for a while. He says that he's changing his routine, getting more rest, and even adjusting his eating to, quote, jolt himself into gear. Let's see what he does in this one.
All right, Doris, thanks. What do you think held him back?
He certainly didn't seem to have the same level of energy that we're accustomed to seeing. I mean, he just looked a bit fatigued out there.
Yep, mentally and physically. I mean, it wasn't just he was a step slow. He also seemed to get down on himself and lose his energy and enthusiasm and confidence. He needs to find the spark here tonight.
Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the third best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And that one's good. And here's Stevenson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Crawford outside. Let's go. Crawford missing again.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Freak. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. And Crawford with the basket on the assist by Rivers. Crawford's got 5.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Here's Freak. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental errors.
And it's slammed in by Stevenson.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Griffin with the steal.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
But they recover it. Phoenix no good that time either. Can't hit. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Clippers ahead. They're up by 5.
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with...
It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
It's been a good night for Morris. 9 points and a block.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Josh Smith, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Lance Stevenson comes in for Pierce. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. Setting the floor for the Clippers. And Stevenson is out there with Smith. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then there's Griffin, and it's Crawford at the 2 spot.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. And that one falls for Jamal Crawford.
Well, we all know how loud NBA arenas can get. I mean, last season there were some accusations thrown around that it wasn't all organic. I mean, some players felt as if some of the NBA crowd noise was artificial.
Glenn, a screen. Warren dishes to Lure. Just 5 to shoot. Inside, here's Len. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Some heavy accusations about artificial noise being pumped in last year. We've seen the issue in the NFL, talked about now in the NBA. Seeing in other sports, there's a case that maybe the NBA's got to deal with this.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I know some stadiums, it might feel like there is extra noise being pumped in. And listen, there are a lot of fan bases that we have are just flat out loud. I mean, it can be electric. But having said that, I don't think we want to have the artificial noise being pumped in. I think it does the game a disservice.
Suns trail by 8. Freak kicks to Warren. It's stolen by Smith. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Morris is checked in for John. So the Clippers with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from